This is Shango Ray, and I got some fantabulous news for you. Santisima MUERTE is calling 3 particular individuals who have a definite and specific intention that they want to manifest, something that they truly, truly want. It is unmistakable, and you are ready for it. Well, that portal, to finalize that process of you having that, imagine you finally getting that, being that. Now is the time. On November 19th, you, me, and Santisima Muerte will be performing a very specialized and customized ritual made just for you. And we are going to enact the powers of manifestation through this lunar eclipse energy happening on November 19th. So step 1, all you have to do, if you're clear and if you're ready, then this is for you. Okay, so you have to know what you want. Okay, a lot of times for a lot of people that could be extremely difficult. Number 2, you click the link in the description box of this video and finish up the process with signing up. And number 3, I'm going to end up calling you within 72 hours so we can discuss what it is that we're going to manifest together and then set up the actual time for the ritual on Friday, November 19th. So don't waste no time. Only 3 slots are available. Peace, and I'll see you on the other side.
Boom! What's going on? Shango Ray, aka Ryu, VU Ray. I know for many of you, your Santisima Saturday is over. But it's still my Santisima Saturday, so therefore it is still yours too. Okay. Well, there's Sunflower. Welcome. I don't know where you came from, but I'm glad that you're here. We like new viewers. Anyhow, shortly, in a little bit, couple minutes, I'm letting people get in the room here. You know, we're gonna do some card pulls, have a little bit of fun, talk a little bit of shit for about an hour. If you if you have questions, we can get to that too. All right. Boom. I gotta make sure everything's hooked up, you know, shit. So yeah. How's your Santisima Saturday? Do you work with Santisima Saturday, Sunflower? Are you familiar? Have you been exposed to the gospel of Santisima Muerte? Have you accepted Santisima Muerte as your personal Lord and Lordess and Savior? Yeah. Let's see. I think that's better. So yeah, you know, here we are. F.I.R.O. shout out. How you doing, F.I.R.O.? Welcome. Glad you're here. Oh, yes, I have, huh? Tell me, what has Santisima Muerte helped you with, Sunflower? Or if any of you out there have a little story or something, you know, I'd like to hear about it. I love hearing about people's experience. And, you know, it's inspirational, but also educational. You learn, you know, it's a good thing. All you magicians out there, all us true magicians, we love hearing about other people's shit. We love it. You know what I'm saying? A little brainstorm. Oh, really? You try that? I got to try that. Like, I want to learn shit, you know? There's always more to learn. Always. Always more to, and always other ways to fine tune and, you know, so forth. Once you're on the process, it's forever. So, well, just get used to it. Okay, get used to it. So what I have here, I'm not going to take too long. I'm going to give it another couple minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes. But I have 2 decks here. And, you know, I feel like having some fun. I do have fun throwing cards. You know. Make sure whatever you do, you can have fun with it, that you like it. All right. So we got 5 in here and only 2 are talking, which means 3. I don't know. Look, we've been through this over and over again. If I go look at the like button, is she going to be dry? Is she going to be dry? If I go look at the like button's clitoris, okay, is she going to be dry? We might have a problem with that. I think that she deserves to be cunnilingus. So lick that like button when you come in. You can even just like, this is the like button, you just, yep, okay? Doesn't have to be a bunch. She's actually helped me with a stubborn situation that I got into in late 2018. Well, better late than never, right? DJ, what's poppin'? Welcome. Welcome. Salutations. Salutations. So, yeah. Well, that's interesting. It's kind of general, but okay. She helped you. That's the main point. Aiden here. Come on now, Licky on the like here, right? 6 now. I know this is late for a lot of you, and I appreciate you being here because you don't have to be here, you know? So if you are here, I do appreciate you. First and foremost, let's just get that straight. Number two, you know, my like button actually appreciates, she appreciates you being here too, you know? So go ahead, clicking that like button. That's what I ask. Where has this situation been at my whole life? Yeah, sounds crazy. Lady K, shout out to you, Lady K. If you have a question, a specific question, you can, you know, when we open it up, Lady K, you got some dibs on that, girl. You know, you got some dibs. I'm just trying to let some people in here, but I guess, you know, we can get a little bit of the ring rust out, you know, and just do some gratis carpools, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I tell you, man, to me, my experience of Santisima, very loving. Obviously, she can be, well, let's face it, she could be like the most loving mother, the most brutal murderer, and all points in between. I mean, how can you not fuck with that? You know what I'm saying? But I noticed she likes to she'll like ask me questions. If she really wants to fuck me up, she'll ask me a question. You know, and it's like, it seems like the question just pierces through my ego, pierces through all the bull. It just hits me right in the you know. She also talks a lot of shit, you know. We talk a lot of shit. DJ already got the hand out. Slow down, hold on. You know what? Let's roll with that. You know what I'm saying, DJ? I see you got a hand up. Let's just do that. Let's get started. Huh? Enough with the yipper yaps. Going old school on them. I've been using these cards. I don't know. Those of you who do cards, I seriously doubt maybe there is one of you on here. Out of this whole mass of 5. So it says, you have your decks that you just feel more in tune with. You just feel more in your rhythm. You feel like your intuition sharper, you know. Then you have decks that just don't seem to be calibrated, you know. And I know it's not necessarily the deck. It has to be something within inside me. But all right, DJ, step on up. Step on. Well, actually, we got you. So first of all, I like to open this up, and with your intention, I mean everybody here who's going to see this. Yeah, I'd like to invite La Niña Violeta, okay, the purple-ish version of Santisima Muerte, and just say, please allow this, whatever messages, the clarity, the interpretation, the translation, all that to be accurate ASF. And we appreciate you and we thank you for all that you do and your tireless infinite. Kamira Davis. KD, you're the shining example. You're that student who, like if it was a classroom, it'd be like you're that student who comes in and like does everything right. You know what I'm saying? You're a woman. You understand the importance of, you know, saliva on the like button. You get that. Because all you women have a like button and you all like to get it salivated. Okay? You know you do. All right? All right. So for DJ, let's get a card for DJ. Let's start this off with DJ. DJ, if this was like a race, you're the starter pistol. All right. So let's hit it one more time. I mean, every time I start talking, my nose starts running. Okay, so here we go. You know what she's saying to me? Thank you. She says that you are kind of slowly, let me see how I want to say this. Basically, number one, watch that worry about money, girl. I know you feel like you can't control yourself. I know you do, okay? This is coming up right now, though, for a reason. And I'm going to tell it to you in the best way that I can. She's like, look, you want to be careful and mindful, I'll say more importantly, mindful about how you're altering your frequency. Okay, so she's telling me basically to tell you to chill out on the worry. Worry's not going to do any good. And I know it can be very, very difficult. It can feel like you're not in control, but you are, you know. So if you would like a card, free, absolutely free, no postage and handling, no nothing, you can raise your hand, put a hand emoji in the comments. We'll take care of you, all right? We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. Hey, Camille Davis, I appreciate you, though. Absolutely. Absolutely. Every time, each and every one of you like tune in, like I said, it sounds cliche, but it's true. You know, there's infinite amount of channels I could be watching right now, you know? So I get it. Like, you can be watching all kinds of shit, all right? Lady K can be watching beautiful black leopards or pumas, you know, prancing around the jungle or something. But instead, she made it a point just to at least even come by and say hi. Like, I appreciate that. You know, appreciating everything, you know, is important. Yeah, I'm trying affirmations to help. And Mary J. Yeah. F-I-R-O. Lady K, you know, I'm talking the truth, though, you know, like you could. So I'm like, I appreciate that, man. That's it. F-I-R-O. What do we have for F-I-R-O? Just send me your intention, will you? Just send me your intention. KD, I see you. I see you. F-I-R-O. I seen F-I-R-O first. And then Lady K laughing. Lady K, that shit you posted, man, I was like watching intently, man. That one leopard, like they hypnotize you with their eyes, you know, and it's like, I was like, oh my God, is he gonna actually jump on the camera? Sure enough, he did, or whoever was behind it. Fuck some shit up. All right, F-I-R-O. Mama, give me a call for F-I-R-O. What you know? Just a moment, F-I-R-O. Just okay, thank you, Mom. I'm gonna let I don't know if it's, to be honest, I don't know. I'm gonna let F-I-R-O know. The way this message came through, F-I-R-O, hold your horses, she says. Hold your horses. All right. I feel like you have something planned to do. All right. It seems like a project or something you were going to, you're like right there, or you're just getting started, but Basically what she's saying is there's a few more I's to dot and a few more T's to cross. Don't know if this resonates with you at this point. That's what I'm getting for you, though. Yeah. Okay. I see. Yeah, there's something that you got cooking up, though. She's like, hold on, hold on, hold on. Lady K, I see you at the bottom. And as you all know, that's how I do it. It's nothing, just put your hand, the hand emoji at the bottom. That's where I go. More than likely next, Camille Davis is going to shoot in there with her hand in there somewhere. All right. Relax, unless you're in a hurry. You in a hurry? Okay. Makes sense. Okay. And sometimes sometimes I hate when I'm already in another reading and some other shit comes through and I like go backwards. I don't want to be all over the place, but yeah. There's something you overlooked. Or there's like a thing or two. It's not a whole lot of shit, but there's something that you overlooked in your plan. So I see the plan either, getting like delayed, but it's actually not a bad thing, Lady K, what do we have to share with Lady K? What do you have to share with Lady K? Okay. Lady K, the 7 of Spades. She's saying that between now and 2 weeks, within this 2 weeks, there's, for me, and actually for you, I should say, this card is representing spiritual power, okay? But one's own I guess you could say one's like getting to know your spiritual power, you, okay, because you are your power, so we can pretty much say you. But this has to do with getting to know you, but through your spiritual power. Now, there's also something else coming here. I don't know if it's some changes or something having to do with the job, but I don't see this as necessarily being anything bad either. I don't know. I see like 1 or 2, maybe 3 circumstances, right? But I feel like this has kind of been something that has been building, but you will become aware of it within the next 2 weeks. That's what she's saying. Okay. I don't know if this is making sense to you. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. But this never stops. Like, let's say you go tomorrow and you manifest a cup of coffee, right? So you don't have one. You say, you know what? I'm gonna start small, or like, this is just an example. Okay, total example. But like you say, okay, hey, all right, good. So and it's like you set the intention that later on that day, someone says, hey, you know what? I want to buy you a cup of coffee, and you're like, oh, because you did that. So you get to experience yourself through your creations. Bah, that's a better one. That's what I want to say. But once you kind of have that experience, now that you can never lose that. You always just build off of that. Okay, so if that makes sense to you, that's what I'm trying to get across here. Who's next? Hand up, please. Why she felt like you needed to hear that, I don't know. That's probably something you would have probably discovered on your own. But maybe you were also kind of reaching, or maybe you were also in a kind of a crossroad at some point with something where you're like, I don't know if I can do this. Am I doing this right? blase. If you would like a card pulled, put your hand up. Also, if you have a particular question, you see that scrolling ticker? I would suggest you read it. It's funny how I can like hide it right in front of your face. People don't even notice that. Even though it's moving, people don't notice it. So you can just send that little donation right there. All roads lead to the PayPal.me/Shango Ray. Now I'm not seeing anybody. KD, where are you at? Your hand was up like 5 times in a row. Where you at? Don't let there be dead air. Don't let there be dead air. You know what I mean? Let's get it. I'm waiting to see the next hand emoji. Who wants a card? Ah, there she is. I knew you'd be next. Y'all the only ones active on here. All right, KD. This is the thing about the card pulls. I don't know what it's going to be. You don't know what it's going to be. And sometimes we're like, why is this coming through? But then it does make sense. Sometimes there's, this little buffer of time going on, Sometimes that's the way it be working. Her ways are mysterious. Kamira Davis. Give me the right card in this moment for Kamira Davis, mom. All facts. Ugh. Just a moment. Just a moment, just a moment, just a moment, just a moment, just a moment. Okay. I have 3 things to tell you. Don't get down on yourself. I feel like, I don't know if you're dealing with something right now, but definitely something's about to show up. Like you're right there to like the precipice on, between you and this. There is some emotional baggage that you have been carrying around. And somehow it's going to be brought to the surface. Okay, this is your card. All right. This is a good thing. May not feel good, but it's a good thing. It never like necessarily feels good, obviously, when you're dealing with it. But afterwards, when you get on the other side of that tunnel, feels great. This particular kind of emotional baggage may have you at times, okay, acting out of character. Maybe you get more selfish, or you just have your little ways. We all got our ways, right? We all have it, all of us. So there is that. So I think if you have a little bit of perspective on that, it doesn't have to like be such a dramatic thing. These are things I think you have come up against before anyways. Okay. Frankie Evans, shout out. Also, don't be surprised if a karmic relationship is acting an ass right now. I think also they may also be interlinked together, like the baggage and the karmic relationship. Now, my last thing to you, make sure you're tipping your scales into the positive. I'm not saying that you don't, but just be mindful and be clear about it. Like, make sure you are. It seems to me that you're in this space right now, and you're going to actually be in this space where it seems like you reap what you sow, almost like that. So you want to make sure that you got some great shit circulating to you. That's my point to you. Okay. So we're gonna leave it with that. Frankie Evans, how are you doing, sir? So if anybody else would like a card, I can formally invite you, or informally just say, hey, put your hand up. Mayor Davis came with a let me see here. All righty. Anybody else? Y'all are quiet as fuck tonight. Liven it up. If you'd like a card, once again, all you gotta do is put your emoji hand up and we'll take care of you. We will take care of you. All right. But in the meantime, in the between time, could I do a story time tonight? I'll think about that. I was gonna actually do one just a little short. I wanted to keep it short because I don't want it too long. But I was gonna do a Shangorian story time, you know. And at the beginning there'd be that book, that big ass fucking leather bound book and shit. And it's like it'll open up and it'd be like, you know, the pages are like handwritten in nice ink and shit. Yeah, we'll see about that, DJ. I think I will definitely might consider that for you. All right, special request, story time requests. I mean, if you have actually, I mean, I can just pull maybe something out the bag. I don't know what the hell I would talk about right now as far as story time with that. I guess I could actually. I guess I could. That's what it's here for, KD. We appreciate you. Okay. In the meantime, listen, if you want a card, you can put your hand up, okay? If not, that's cool too. But there was a time, I'm going to tell a Santisima Muerte story. Okay, there was a time. I'm not going to go into details so much about what the specifics of the situation were. All right, but there was a situation. And at this particular time, Shango had some motherfucking enemies. Oh, yeah. The problem was they were unknown. They were definitely there. They were unknown. As far as like, literally, like knowing who they're, like even actually I could say I literally knew who they were, but as far as just any way to go about that or do anything in the physical at that time was not, pretty much, I don't want to say not possible, but it was extremely difficult. So like, you know, when you, sometimes there's situations where all you got is your magic and that's it. V nice kisses. Shout out to you. Welcome. I'm just doing a quick story time because somebody requested it, you know. But if you would like a card, just put your emoji hand up and I will pull for you absolutely free. Obviously, if you have questions, you can do that. Okay, so here I am one day. Happy weekend to you. Be nice. So here I am. And there's a particular situation. I mean, it's like it's getting, I'll explain it to you like this. Okay. Imagine somebody like attacking you in a way. And there's a lot of ways one can be attacked, right? It can be physically, it can be spiritually, it can be other ways, right? Harassment, just different things, different forms, different variations. Yes. F. Iro says, all I need to use is magic. I agree. I agree with that. I'm old school though. With certain situations, certain times, like I want to be able to, you know, reach out and touch physically, you know. I'm old school with it, you know, but I have no problem with that, and I understand that. So here I was in this situation in which there was a problem. And I remember, like, I had been dealing with the situation for some time. Finally, on this one particular day, it reached a boiling point. And I'm like, I gotta do fucking something right now, right? So when you think about it, that's actually a good time to use it because you got plenty of emotion. Emotion's the fuel. It's what gets things really moving, right? So I, all of a sudden, I just started, I was actually, this is what happened. So I have my altar with Santisima. I approach my altar and I'm asking questions in a divination fashion about what work I need to do, you know, like what do I do about this shit? And basically, I was asking certain questions like, will this succeed? Will it not? Blah, blah, blah. And she basically, in Santisima fashion, said this to me. It was actually one of the coolest things that one of these, like, that she's probably said to me, or it's very memorable to me. I'm asking about the situation. What are my chances of success? Blah, 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 blah. You know, just going way off, right? And she says, because I was like, will this, okay, if I do this and that, will that work? Will this be successful? You know what she told me? She goes, I don't know, will it? And then she said this to me. She goes, what are you going to do? And in that moment, I knew that I had to get like I had to have I had to be definitive in my mind as far as like, look, this is what I'm doing and this is going to work. And that's basically her way of getting me to get there. And I use air quotes for that. All right. So all of a sudden the information just started, like I was like possessed almost, you know, like information just started coming. And I'm like, all of a sudden, you know, I'm doing 2-3 things at a time almost as far as physically, but mentally, I know what I need to do, you know? And even if like, as I'm going along, shit's getting added to it. Okay, now do this. All right, now do that. Okay, go here, blah, 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 you know? And so I did my thing and I put it all in there. I was like, you know? And the conclusion of this is, let me just put it this way. There was maybe like 2 or 3 days later, literally, no more than that. No more than that. 2 to 3 days. So 48 to 72 hours later. Let's just put it this way. I got definite confirmation that things were not going to be a problem anymore. So it was a valuable lesson to me. It was a valuable lesson to me. She was like, hey, you know what? What are you going to do? She let me know that the onus of responsibility is on me, not on her. And not on any other god, goddess, demon, angel, anything. It's on me, you know? So she taught me some things. She taught me a lot, actually, with just those 2 questions. That's how she does shit a lot of times, you know? So yeah, that's my little story for you. Santisima based anyway. God damn, I'm losing viewers like shit right now. There's one viewer. One viewer, who are you? Shout out to you. So if you'd like a card, once again, just a daily card pull, but on Santisima Muerte style, go ahead and just stick your hand up if you're still here. Go ahead. If not, we will be concluding here very shortly. Yeah. I was going to put into story form Shango in the haunted house because, yeah, there was a situation with that too, you know. But maybe if y'all like that or want to hear that, maybe y'all can put that in the comments, something like that. You know? But that's what happened. That's what happened. Seems to be a very quiet night. Everyone must be out fucking and shit, getting drunk and fucking, I guess. I think I'll save my time for that for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But why, thank you, DJ. You requested it, so we got to cook it up for you. You know what I'm saying? We cook it up for you. It's like Benny Hannes and shit. We're going to cook it right up for you, right in front of you. Another one, please. I got one. I think I might have shared this before, but I'll just make it real brief. As many of you know, there was a period in time where I was without residence. Okay. And during this time years ago, I determined I'm not going to be one of these motherfuckers sleeping on concrete. I don't care what. I'm too creative. I'm too resourceful. I'm too all that shit. So I ended up commandeering, taking over a little office rental. I snuck into the office and I basically took it over, right? Now somebody was renting this office. They only periodically came to this location. So it was like, it started off to appear like the perfect location, right? Well, that soon changed. And then there were run-ins with the people. There was always like a cat and mouse game between me and the neighbors of this office who I used to work for, and the owner disliked me and was like really trying to, like, I know he's there, but nobody could do anything about it, right? Nobody could ever do anything about it. But so between the owner of the business I used to work for and the place that I was then residing, the people who were renting that office were gunning for the go also. Understandably, right? But they couldn't do nothing about it. And there was a couple run-ins and close calls. And I suspect that shit could have probably went really bad. Okay, because these were some feisty little El Salvadorians, okay? But I had a close call one night. One night I was there just chilling, right? Just chill mode, 1,000,000% chill mode. And I hear doom, 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 doom. Because this office was upstairs on the second floor. And there was a balcony. And on both sides of the balcony were staircases. And they were made of cement and metal. So anytime motherfuckers would, run up the thing, it'd sound like King Kong coming up the steps. And it was one of them sounds that you end up learning to, as soon as you hear that sound, your heart starts, So, had a run-in, okay? I secured the door to where it could not be opened, all right? It could not be opened. I fixed that. And this person was trying to get in their office, which they couldn't get into. And it was totally unexpected. Obviously, in a situation like that, you never know when. At any time, someone can come through that motherfucking door. So you better make sure that you secure that, okay? So if you ever find yourself without residence and you're like squatting somewhere, you'll find that to be one of the most nerve-wracking things is you don't know the routine of that place. You got to know the routine, who's around, who's the neighbors, who can see you, who can report you to police, who can all this and that. Like, you got to know this shit, right? So I hear the doom, 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 doom. Then I hear the key slide into the lock. And my heart is pounding because, number one, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. Like, this is going to be quite an awkward moment, if I must say, right? I believe there's one person outside. There could be more. This person could be armed, right? So there I am. And me, I'm like MacGyver, okay? I'm like the black magic MacGyver, okay? I used string and tape to secure the door, and it worked, right? So I secured the bolt lock. So I tied string around the bolt lock, and the bolt lock would turn this way, and here's the door handle. So I tied a string around the bolt lock, came around the door handle, and then made hella loop. I did some shit. I jimmy rigged that shit, right? And all I see is when I hear the doom, 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 doom of the footsteps coming up the stairs, there's like a little room inside the office. So I would always stay in the little room because to me, that was like another layer of defense. I had that door locked too, so, and there was a window. So if anything, I had at least a few seconds to go jump out that window. So y'all are actually here for this shit, huh? All right. So anyways, and mind you, I was not expecting this, right? I went and just got some Jack in the Box. I was like, I'm gonna go watch some shit on my phone and have my Jack in the Box and all this shit. And then this happens. So I come out the room afterwards and I hear the key slide in the lock. And that motherfucker's trying to turn it, but he can't get that fucking lock to turn. And I hear the door banging and shit. I'm thinking, okay, he's probably gonna break the window and stick his arm through and see if he can open it. Because there was a window right next to the door. How you think I would get in? You know? And so once that situation though, like this person ended up going downstairs and they went in their car. And I was like peeking through the window and I could see the light of this person's phone. I knew they were calling the police or backup. Like maybe they had some other people around or something. I don't know. But either way, I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So there was a doorway that also went into the hallway. And the hallway connected all the offices, right? And my former employer owned or rented all the other ones. So I took my ass in there and I was watching out of those windows. And I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do? You know, like I'm expecting the police. But here's what I know happened, okay? The police were like, because he was like, I can't get in my room. I can't, there's somebody in my office, blah, blah, blah. Did you see anybody? No. Well, I'm sorry, sir, but we can't come out unless the intruder is there now. So he ends up taking off. Now, this is like what? I don't know, 10, 11 in the morning. You think I'm going to be able to go back in there and be comfortable again? He ruined my comfort, you know? So I'm like, fuck this shit. I stayed in another office very uncomfortably too, you know what I'm saying? But I was just constantly looking out the window like, I know they're coming back. I'm expecting the police to come. I'm expecting this. I'm like, I gotta shit. I gotta shake. I gotta make sure I know what the fuck is going on. I gotta get out of here, you know? But nobody ended up coming. Nobody ended up coming. But I still didn't like get all, you can't get comfortable, you know? And so what I ended up doing in the middle office, between the office I was staying at and the other one, there was a middle one. Now in this middle office, they had a refrigerator. They had a refrigerator. It was a little one. And one of my coworkers, his name's Bowser, that was like his kind of little domain. He would always put his food and shit in the refrigerator. So I said, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I did a freezer spell on the people whose office I was basically taking over, right? Freeze them out. And it worked for a little bit, right? It worked. It was working. It was working good, right? Yeah. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm magic. Yeah, I'm saying shit. Yeah, that's me. And then another night comes about, right? Another fucking close call. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I done froze these motherfuckers, right? So I go into the office with the refrigerator. And what I did, I actually froze them in piss. I pissed and I did the little thing, you know, my not a petition, but my command. It's not a petition, it's a command. I wrote that shit down, folded it up, did all that, put it in a little tiny bag and put it in the back as far as I could of this little tiny freezer. Well, apparently, and I would like turn the freezer up so the shit would freeze. But all the food that Bowser would put in there would be frozen. For some reason, he didn't want it frozen. He just wanted it extra cold. So he would lower the temperature of the freezer. And that's what happened. And the moment he did that, I almost got caught again. He had like just done it because once it happened, I went and checked on it and it was like a bag of piss. It wasn't frozen. So as soon as it got unfrozen, they was like starting to get at me again. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, we got to do this something different. You know what I mean? Well, I have the ultimate freezer spell, FRO, that you can do. Actually, the one that I use with this and have always gave out and have gotten the best results, and everyone who I've given it to has gotten great results. Jesse May, shout out to you. You can find that on my channel. You know what I'm saying? That's on my channel. I wish I had the link here, but yeah. But so, and you got to be careful how you use that. That's one of those kind of spells you really got to be careful, because I've actually seen freezer spells complicate something too, and it's kind of hard to uncomplicate. Yeah. So that's my story though, but like to see the direct correlation, it was almost like a Hollywood movie, right? You always hear magicians say, look, magic is not the way Hollywood makes it seem. But sometimes it gets kind of close. It does. It really does. Like it's the equivalent of like having you know, maybe some type of a dolly puppet or something, and you do something to the puppet and you literally see the person do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, so I had to figure out, that shit went on for a while. That shit went on for a while. But that was one of those incidences where, yeah, it was just kind of, it was amazing actually to see the direct correlation between my work and the outside circumstances and happenings in my life. You know, that was like, yeah. Felinda, I am. Right on. Thank you, Felinda. I am. Yeah, it does. It really does. I believe, just to sum it up though, I think you use your urine instead of water, and you put chili peppers in it. But once again, that depends on what you're doing and why. Like, you don't want to just do that all the time. Like, that's if yeah, you might want to use that under certain circumstances, because you can just do the plain old water in your command, wrapped, you know, folded up in the bottle or the whatever you got the water and shit. Yes, Felinda, that's exactly right. So let's get back. If you would like a card, that was my little story time. Shit, I gave her too. So if you like a card pull, because we are doing card pulls too, Santisima Muerte call, absolutely free. You can just put your emoji hand up in the comments, and I will get to you. Now, if you have a specific question, okay, and you like that Muerte, like this Muerte work, okay, follow that ticker there. You can ask a specific question, or, you know, whatever it is that you want to know right now, and let it direct you to that PayPal.me/Envoy. Butterfly, can I use, hold on, before we get started, Butterfly, I got you. I'm gonna put you up right here. All right, just so I know it's you. That's the face marker. FIRO, good question. I want to address that. So FIRO asks, sorry, Butterfly, FIRO asks, can I use freezer spell to get a job? Very good question. This is a perfect example. Okay, and mind you, it's my opinion. Like, so it's just my opinion, right? Form follows function. Form follows function. So however it's supposed to function, it should reflect that in the form of whatever it is you're doing. Okay? A job, to get a job, right? You want that shit to flow. Because think about it. You're incorporating, now I get it's like freeze me to the job, but I found that something like that, like I had a client who wanted to get rid of somebody, and they used the freezer spell. And I'm like, well, have you looked at what you did? You froze them. So how are they supposed to, the opposite of movement, freezing, you know? I'm not saying you can't, because maybe in your mind, like if you make it make sense, it can work. That's the rules. That's like the only rule basically for this shit, right? If you can make, if it truly makes sense to you, then You might try it, but I've seen people use things like that. It's like saying, can I use a hammer to put makeup on? Technically, you can do that. You know, you can actually do that. Are there better tools to do that with? I think so, in my opinion. Okay. For me, it was kind of an emergency, and my usual workspace wasn't exactly, so it was right on time. Yeah, see, everything is dependent upon, of course, what's going on, right? But if I'm going to get a job, I want it to flow. There's movement with that. There's progression. And to me, the opposite of that is frozen. So one might experience like, okay, they call you and they say, hey, you got the job, but we're just waiting for something for that department so to open up so we can have you come in. And then there's a problem with that that just lasts fucking forever. And you're like, damn, I got the job, but when are they gonna actually have me come in? Well, that shit's frozen. You know, Jesse May says it's your intention. That is true. That's like I said. So if you can make it make sense to you, if it truly does make, or if you're, put it this way, if your subconscious mind says, hey, this is what means you having that job, this freezer spell, do this, then you really want to do that because that's like customized for you by you. You get it? But in general, if you're looking at the correspondences, to me, it doesn't go. It just doesn't go. You know what I'm saying? It's like having something with cinnamon and like eucalyptus or mint. Like those two kind of don't go together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's just me though. But you always can experiment. Be your experiment. Your life is your experiment. So experiment always, you know, do that shit. All right, let's get to the cards. Butterfly. Good question though. Felinda IM says, I don't know unless you freezing out the competition. In that case, I wouldn't do the freezer spell for the job. I would do the freezer spell specifically on any competition for that job. That's what I would do. But I wouldn't use me getting the job to even have anything to do with the spell. It's about anyone. I'm freezing up everybody who has applied for this shit. That's what I would do. That's just me though, you know. We all think differently, and you know, it can all work. It can work. Butterfly. But does that make sense to you? Am I making any kind of sense? Am I making any kind of sense? Butterfly. Give me a card for butterfly, Mark. Give me a card for butterfly. Butterfly. Butterfly, someone might shoot up that club. I don't know. You might get pregnant. Shit. No. Butterfly, Santisima Muerte wants you to know that whatever is one of your most pressing challenges right now, or areas of life that may seem to give you the most challenges right now, but I think it could be boiled down to maybe a specific, you know, situation or something. There's this, okay? And what is this? This is a woman from your mother's side, an ancestor presence right now with you. She has taken a particular interest in you. And I believe that this interest in you also has to do with whatever challenges you might be also experiencing. My point is, she's here to help you though. And I don't know if you've been working with your ancestors or not. I suggest you can even say, hey, that ancestor that Shango was talking about, like make yourself known, show me a sign that you're here, show me a sign that you're with me, whatever, and you will see. You're going to see some phenomena, all right? But that's what I have for you, butterfly. Who's next? Put your hand up. A lot of people need to go by the moon phases. There's a waning moon, waxing moon, and full moon, and new moons, as also there's retrogrades. You know, No matter what you find it, you're always going to be in some phase of the moon. You're always going to be whatever. And yes, some people, maybe they need to, you know, sometimes you want to, I look at that shit as more like, in some ways, I look at it like training wheels, you know. It's good to follow the current. Like if you happen to be, you know, in a space and time where the moon's coming in, then all right, let's also do some work that corresponds with bringing something in, you know. But sometimes during that time, you may have to get rid of something, you know, and eventually, though, you want to get past moon phases and all of that. I mean, if it happens to work out, great, but you're not ran by that, you know. Butterfly, do you work with your ancestors? Do you work with your ancestors? Do you? Do you work with your ancestors? And Jesse May, that's once again, that's just my opinion, you know. I feel like if you are a god or goddess, like eventually, like don't you kind of like you have not seniority, but you have precedence over all that shit, you know. So it can help to do shit at that time, you know, like if you can do something when it's most conducive or corresponds with your particular goal or your manifestation, why not? Why not? But I personally just don't like feeling like I'm the moon's bitch or anybody else's or any retrograde or anything like that, you know? I'll be crazy. I think retrograde is overrated. I do too. And I think like the retrograde is like, it's like pussy. And pussy's like life, okay? Says the lesbian in a man's body. Pussy's like life. It's what you make it, really. So just like with a retrograde, it's what you make it. And I think a lot of people make calamities out of these retrogrades because they're programming themselves to, because maybe they ingest a lot of information that's kind of more so on the fear-based side. You know, why you should be scared. No, you shouldn't do this, you know, and all this shit. And then they start freaking the fuck out. Then it also becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy as well. Felinda, I am. Let me put this up there because that's my main point right there. That's like the slogan on a commercial, right? Because sometimes you can't wait for all that. So many times, you know, many times. Jesse May, salute. You know what I mean? Shit. Yeah, many times. And sometimes, you know, and between all these moon phases and this going retrograde and that going direct and all that, and I'm not saying that shit does not affect us. Please understand me, okay? I'm not saying that. But in between all of that shit, life happens. And life's going to happen for you. And the way that life happens is oftentimes unexpected. So you're going to have different things. Something with your kid pops up, something with your job, something with your relationship, something with you. So these things don't stop. Life don't stop. And like Felinda I am says, man, I ain't got time for all that shit. I don't have fucking 2 weeks to fucking wait. And then Thursday at 4 p.m. at the Jupiter hour, I can do this. No, I'm doing this shit now. And guess what? We're going to push the shit through. It's going to be lovely. Okay. Virgo Bliss, that's the way to go. I like that. Let me share that with the Crizal. She says, I try to work with the moon, but my higher self says otherwise. That is the voice you need to be listening to, period, over anything and anyone. So if your higher self says, go ahead and do that now, and you're like, but the moon is waning and it's a retrograde and I don't wanna. No, you just gotta say, hey, fuck it. All right, let's go. Be the fucking honeybee. The honeybee's not supposed to be able to fly by all of our knowledge of physics and gravity and all this and our calculations. And by my calculations, this bee shouldn't be able to fly, but it does. It does. All facts. No cap. It flies. Okay, so if you like a card, throw your hand up. Put your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wilding in the place to be. Okay. You know what? You're exactly right. You put that up there. Because I like being right. No. Who don't like being right? But I'm just speaking like how I feel, you know. If somebody disagrees with me, perfectly fine. You know, everyone has their way of doing it. There's no one way to do shit. You know what, Aaron? You know what? You're exactly right. You have to do what you gotta. You do. You do. You do. You do. You truly do. You truly do. I think it's important. I think, you know what, to me, something that is of probably the most strength is something that's not strength, which is flexibility, adaptability, resourcefulness. These are powerful. You know what I'm saying? They say, like, if you was a tree, the more rigid you are, you're going to break. You're going to snap. You know? You're going to snap. If you would like a card, stick your hand emoji up in the comments. I'm here with this heat, man. Got all this heat for you. Just sitting there looking at it. Look like you know what to do. Going in full blast. All right. Belinda, I got you. It's funny when I'm not over here doing story times or whatever, like any other time, someone's like, hey, you're doing cards, you're doing cards. Now I'm trying to like, I'm almost having to like, look, there's a free cheeseburger if you get a free card, okay? I'm vegan. All right, well then, there's some free fucking tofu for you. Belinda, give me a card for Belinda, Give me a card for Belinda, Okay. Mommy, thank you. Belinda, I am. Okay, so I'm gonna just say it the way it's kind of like every time is a little bit different, you know what I mean? So I'm getting a sense of a situation. What she's showing me is a sense of a situation that's kind of like twofold. On the personal side for you, I feel one thing that you've been dealing with, or it seems like if I was you, I'd be feeling this a lot. Like, I don't know what's going on with this, but there is like a massive, like a very strong restlessness, if you will. Boredom, restlessness, like just feeling like I gotta do something, but I don't know what to do. You know, one of them feelings where you just feel kind of like antsy. You got ants in your pants, but you need to dance, you know. And let me see here. The other thing is, though, there is a situation, I think, right now in your life. This could be a relationship or it could be something else. What I do know about it, and I'm not going to front, I don't know what that is, okay? But what I do know for you is it's a situation in which your emotion is really invested. Now, the thing about this situation is it seems like it's like I could see you putting your emotion into it, right? But what you're getting back, it's like one of them situations. The more you do it, the less you're getting back. So I feel like there is, now this could be a passion project or a situation, right? Even a job, some people actually, believe it or not, some people actually love their job, like, you know, so it could be something like that. It's like, I really love my job, but it is just like things have changed. Maybe it's management, maybe it's policies, but now it's like, I'm not getting, so basically it's sucking the life out of you. It's kind of like depleting you. This may be also based on the way that you're perceiving things, which is why you're putting, you know, so much emotion into it. But she says there definitely is. She showed me you, and I don't even know what you look like, but just a representation of you looking into the mirror. So in other words, what she's saying to me is, it's time to really look in the mirror. It's time to be honest about the situation and your place in it. Right? That's what I got. You better go hit that pool, Flinda. You should have licked that damn. You should have licked her off. You should have licked her off when you came in here. Okay. You should have licked her off when you came in here. But yeah, better late than never. I mean, you ladies like a good switch off, right? That's just like you coming in here, not you, Flinda, but anybody coming in here without cunninging the like button, because that's my bottom bitch and she loves it. That's like you having sex and this dude just want to fucking just shove it in. No making out, no kissing out, no heating the oven up, no nothing. Just straight, just get to it. Tell me how well that works. Now, if you're already piping hot, that can work. But I'm not talking about that. Okay, I'm not talking about that. Y'all know y'all need time to warm up. Y'all like to, whatever. And you like to lick it before, you like to get it licked before it's kicked, right? So, come on. She's no different. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That is all that I'm saying. Would anybody else like a card? I gotta keep saying that because it seems like motherfuckers have short attention spans or whatever. And that's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. I had to break it down in a way that you can understand. Make it relatable. How many times you had a dude just want to rush in and want to slide into home base, and it's like, damn, didn't you even go around the bay? You just fucking just try to, you trying to chafe something? Are you trying to chafe something? Because it's not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Jessie May. Jessie May. Have a card. Okay, let's go. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. You gotta saute that thing first. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what can I give me a card for Jessie May? Shit, you gotta do that bitch. Alright? You gotta get her, you gotta make her to make her own fondue for you. Okay, so lick the like button. That's how you do it. No wonder you two don't be pumping old Shango, you know? Pump some heat though. You be trying to shadow ban the fuck out of me. Or maybe I'm just not doing things as optimally as I could. Or both. Who knows? Jessie May. Jessie May. Jessie May. Jessie May. Jessie. Jessie May. Jessie May, look. In regards to like retrogrades and things like that, there is one thing I've noticed that you cannot discount, and that's the way that these energies or frequencies affect other people. Sometimes during the retrogrades, you will see certain retrogrades where it's like you see it a whole lot more, or like just people around you just be acting a fucking ass. So even though you might not be so affected by it, but you're affected by the people who are affected by it. You see, this is the card I have for you. I'm saying all that. I'm setting you up, right? This is why I'm setting it up. So this is why I'm saying it, because this looks like a strong probability of getting into some kind of altercation. All right, and I mean altercation. So please be careful. This can happen in a lot of different ways. Out in public. It's like, well, I'm not beefing with nobody. It don't matter. You can walk down the street, somebody, some bitch look at you like, Like, what are you looking at, bitch? And it's just starting to something, depending. Maybe you're in a bad mood, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Stay aware. Don't be on autopilot right now. That's all I can tell you. All right. And two, you may be you know, or headed towards a real crossroads situation as far as what you do for work. You know, you may have a change how you feel about work, or there may be a change also with something work related as well, and not in a good way, or not in a way that you like, put it that way. Yeah, you gotta fondue that shit though. You gotta make it relatable. I gotta have you know and understand why it's important that between you seeing the like button and when you walk past her, that she's glistening. She needs to be glistening. Okay, if I put like one of them home shopping network lights around her, she's gonna glisten. Okay, because she's wet, you know, it glistens. Anyways, so just be I'm not saying to be scary or anything like that, just you know, hopefully, in my opinion, you know, most shit that comes through can be, you know, altered or circumvented, because that's the nature of things. You know, there's no set future. It's not like a meteor flying towards you that you just can't do nothing about. Like, everything you do changes and affects what we call the future, or our experience of the future. So yeah. Yeah, but don't leave her like that. And she be getting kind of lean too, and YouTube wants to ignore her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, she's doing her job. Bad news from my one viewer, and I have a feeling it's a dude, but he has more of a vagina than, you know, like the equipment. He's who I call, or they, I'll just say they, are who I call the mysterious case of the one thumb downer. Now, there is one person who always goes out of their way to be sure that they, you know, express their disapproval for almost all of my videos. They're the one person who comes and says, like anybody cares, but I find it very humorous. But I guess YouTube's also going to be taking away the thumbs down button. So now you can only cunniling my bitch. Because if you're hitting the thumbs down, then you're licking her ass, okay? Which is not a bad thing at all, by any means, all right? But, you know, hit the clitoris first. That's all I'm saying. Hit the clitoris first, and then you can move on. That's all I'm saying. It's just my suggestion. All of this is just advice. Do whatever the fuck you want. So where were we? Anybody else here that would like a card out of 8 of you? It says there's 8 of you here. I think I got engaged with maybe 2 or 3. Go ahead and wake the fuck up. Like, let me know you're still alive, and I'm not just here, you know, making my nuts go to sleep for no reason. Or if you'd like a question. Yesterday it was hitting, and today it's shitting. But it bees like that. Such is life. Such is life. Yeah. Yeah, DJ, they're taking away thumbs down. And if I, you know, to me, I'm like, what is really the point of a thumbs down? Because my way of thumbs downing something I don't like is to not fucking watch it. That's like putting yourself somewhere that you don't want to be and then bitching and complaining about. Like, get yourself out of there. Get moved. Leave there. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Like, of course, Virgo Bliss. Yeah, we've called it the one thumb downer now. And this has been for like damn near 2 years, maybe more. But the one thumb downer. You know, some of my videos will get like a lot of likes, and then there'll be that one motherfucker. I don't like it. I'm gonna show you. Oh, oh. So yeah, that's how. I think we're gonna probably conclude here in a minute. But if once again it's your last call, bar might close a little early. So if you like a last call, you like a, we're giving out free drinks here. So if you like a last call, put your hand emoji if you haven't already taken a shot. Are you taking a shot? I got some alcoholic eggnog. Yeah, I like eggnog. Okay, you don't like eggnog, I don't give a shit. You can't like eggnog too much though, because you will pay for it. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, you will pay. You can't drink too much, or Lord have mercy. But the alcoholic eggnog, man, that shit's fire. But you can only have a little bit of that either, you know. Usually, if I'm going to get inebriated, there's going to be definitive fornication going on. And Shango prefers, liquor. You get there quicker, right? With less. And since I'm a very active participant, probably 95 to 99%, okay, in my fornication, it's like trying to go run with a stomach full of beer or something and have that shit sloshing around. Like, that just does not work. It doesn't work at all. Why I feel you need to know that? Because if you're going to drink eggnog with liquor in it, you can smoke your weed, or if you have a vape pen, you smoke your vape pen, and then, having a little bit of that, oh, magnifique, magnifique. But if you're just sitting around like with a bottle, you're just that shit's gonna be coming out the other side real quick with flames. With flames. DJ, it's true. Or even for y'all women to get pounded, like, you can't have all this food and shit, bunch of, a bunch of beers and shit like that sloshing around in your stomach while, you're trying to get that work. Like, it doesn't work out for anybody at all. Somebody had posted some shit like last week or 2 weeks ago, and it was I think I mentioned this though, but it was like a huge TV, and it had the Netflix logo on it, and then it had like a table, a coffee table with a shitload of food, and it's like Netflix and chill, and I'm like, shit, you mean only Netflix? Ain't nobody fucking have to eat all that food. So I treat it like a sport. I treat it like yeah, it's a fucking athletic activity when you fucking with me. Like, just fucking. I was gonna say, ain't no limp shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it's yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be too full. All right, so just be careful. If you indulge in eggnog with alcohol, just be careful, because you will have the squirts. Okay, afterwards, your asshole gonna be on fire. That's all. Trying to save you a little bit of discomfort. Who loves you? All right, who loves you? Okay, I'm putting this in practical parameters so everybody can understand. I stick to my green. The sound of eggnog make me get nauseous. Yeah, some people are like that. Some people fucking hate eggnog. I get it. I love eggnog, but let's see here. What did DJ say? I'm not a drinker. I'm not a drinker. I like a sober mind, consent, handcuffs, collars, good hygiene. Yes. Of any subject. Yes, I get it. I get it. I eat, I want to sleep. Yeah, for real. There's no lies there. I detect no deception. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Yeah. Now, if you have like a little bowl of fruit or something here and there, you take your little breaks, you puff, have a little drink, this and that, and you end up getting back into it. And it's just like, That's optimal. You know what I'm saying? Maybe strawberries, some little fruit or something. Yeah, but not no food. Fuck. It's all bad. It's all bad. I eat, I want to sleep. Yeah, especially if like you this fucking thing, bro. Especially if you haven't really ate all day. I don't know if you're like me, but I pretty much kind of almost just eat like a meal, like basically almost once a day, right? And if I haven't eaten all day and I eat that meal, as soon as I do, I got the itis, man. I'm ready to chill. I'm ready to fucking. I could probably take a nap. If I eat a big meal, like a nap almost is inevitable. So, anyhow, what time is it now? 11:52. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Going. That's supposed to be an auction, just in case you didn't catch that. Like I'm auctioning off cards because it's humorous. It's a joke because nobody's asking for a card. So it's me too. Yes, I want to eat that big one meal and sleep. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. And then like when I eat the big meal, I gotta have my time to like digest. So don't expect me to do no like shit where I gotta use my brain because there's no blood in my brain right now. It's all in my stomach. Trying to digest all this shit, you know. You get hella lethargic and just hella like sleepy and shit. Yeah, so yeah. But I think we'll go. I'll cut it at 12. So I got about what 7 minutes now. 7 minutos. For real though, yeah. I'm just trying to give you practical. Besides cards, you get practical tips. Besides cards, you get practical tips. Life hacks. All right. FD data high. You got it. I'm gonna give you this deck. FD data high. Data. Excuse me. Data. And I know what you're thinking right now. This man flawlessly, effortlessly pronounced my last name, where everybody fucks it up properly. How's that for some psychic shit? All right. Card. FD. Data. Data. One of those two. But I know I'm in the neighborhood. I know I'm in the neighborhood. So give me a call for FD. That's the way it looks to me. Un momento, FD. I said he. I don't know if you're a he or a she. No disrespect, you know. It's hard to tell. I said he right now, but I don't know. Maybe you could tell me, just so. All right, look. This is your card. She wants you to know that worry, because I see worry obviously is a factor right now, more than likely Saturday. But I was trying to tune more into is what, or if I could get something as far as I can do it this way, but I was trying to like see what you're worried about because you're clearly FD that I worried about some shit. This is some worry. This is one of the worrisome cards, all right? This is the worry wart card. What is the worry wart card about? Some kind of relationship worries, FD that I. This may not be that you don't feel appreciated right now. And obviously, The future is one of the easiest things to worry about because it's unknown a lot of the times. But yeah, she's letting me know though that worry is not your friend. It does not help. Okay, now maybe you also had confusion as to, am I sensing something that is actually real that I should be concerned about, or is this my own garbage that I'm kind of like, that's coming to me, you know? Because on one hand, you don't want to just disregard your intuition and disrespect it, but at the other time, you don't want to mistake your insecurities for intuition either. Get very tricky. FD, are you hearing me, gang? What's popping? Are you hearing me? Anybody else like a card? But that's what I have for you, FD. Feel free to share your whatever about your card. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, come on now. Anybody else? 3 minutes left. 3 minutes till I turn the sign over. It says close. I'm sorry, we can't open the door till tomorrow. All right, tomorrow we're not open the door either. But yeah. Tomorrow, the only thing that's going to be open are some meat curtains and, you know, my face present right there to create an optimal euphoric, you know, experience for this woman. That's all that's going down. Israel, shout out to the God, peace. Damn, you late, brother. I think I got to get up out of here in a minute. I'm gonna have to shake. How you doing, Israel? Anybody else is not here? Y'all are the most quiet motherfuckers. Y'all just want to say, look, I guess. Shit. Hey, living. Yeah. I would assume that Israel, or else just the fact that you commented would be pretty fucking amazing. You know? What if we got comments from beyond the grave? That would be some shit. Oh, YouTube's visiting now, so it says, right? YouTube. I haven't been here in some damn years. What's going on, YouTube? Well, you need to put me back in your algorithm, yo. Okay? YouTube? YouTube. Talking to you. You need to put me back in my, okay, you need like fucking turn that shit up. Like pump up the Shango, pump up the Shango, pump up the Shango. Like, for real. Israel. Peace. Artistic app design. What's up? How you doing? You got any other spell tricks? I'm guessing you mean tricks. Yeah, YouTube. Put me in your, I feel like you kind of deserted me. You know what I'm saying? You had me growing, the channel growing. I know I gotta take responsibility for that. There's plenty of shit that I'm not doing. I don't even put tags and shit, you know. But I forgive you, YouTube. Welcome. Okay. Thought I'd drop by to say, hey, I appreciate it, Is, because you did not have to, Israel. So I appreciate you coming through. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime. Thank you. Yeah, DJ, appreciate it, huh? Anyone else free card? What's up? What's cracking? What's popping? Who was that one? What was her name? I wonder if is that Sunflower still here? I remember her because, don't judge me too, but I had psychically detected that she was a squirter, and I'll be goddamned, I was right. And you know, I tend to remember things of that nature. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think she's here anymore though. So yeah. It's true. It's so true. Then again, sunflower could probably be maybe 2 or 3 of you, you know. Y'all could maybe all be sunflower. Who knows? Yeah, Virgo. It's true. And I mean, I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm just being matter of fact about it. Like, motherfucker like myself gonna remember that, you know, for some reason. There's a name for that. What is it? Where you remember something based on something. This makes you think of that, you know. So yeah. I mean, what fun is it, Virgo? What fun is it, Virgo? I was gonna say something, I forgot. We can all be sunflower. Oh Lord. Synesthesia. Hey, I gotta check that out, YouTube. But that might be it. That might be it. That might be it. Like for me personally, I know that when I remember certain things, I'll give you an example, right? I listen to audiobooks when I walk. And if I was to go back and listen to the same part that I listened to while I was walking, then all the images that I seen at that time are going to come back to me. So somehow like my hearing and my sight or the way I remember is coded like that. I don't know. I don't even synesthesia. I gotta check that out though. Yeah. Yes, Virgo Bliss, most of y'all can be sunflower as far as in that regard, but many won't. It's kind of like the same phrase. Many are called, but the chosen are few. Nostalgia. Nah, I don't think it's nostalgia, Israel. It's there's a I don't know if it's synesthesia, although I'm kind of thinking it might be synesthesia because if you break down the etymology of that word sin, like synchronize, you know, putting something together, what, you know, I think it might be. I don't even, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know the actual definition of that word. So I'm just, let me just ask Mark. Shit. Oh, synesthesia. I think it might be. I think that might be it. It sounds, based off of what I know of like etymology, like it could definitely be that. It can definitely be that, you know. But I might be wrong. I don't know. Pay attention to how you remember things. Do you predominantly see shit? Do you hear shit? Sometimes if you hear something, it'll conjure an image. Sometimes if you see something, it'll conjure a sound, you know. Synesthesia is when you hear music. Okay, I kind of thought about that because when I read that, I thought about because that's actually the way I make music too, to some degree. But I thought about Quincy Jones when I seen that word because he described about how he sees the different, you know, sounds and instruments as different shapes, colors, and shit like that. Synesthesia is a fancy name for when you experience one of your senses through another. That might be though. I don't know. That might be. That might be. That might be. But yeah, you know, in order to achieve that sunflowerness, you definitely need the right tools for the job. Israel. All right. Yeah. It's like really technically anybody can be a millionaire, but will they? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this shit up. Judging by the back of my nutsack. Okay. The pins and needles is letting you know. Okay. It's time to get up. It's time to move around. It's time to end the broadcast. So one more this is the absolute last call. Anybody else who I have not done a card for, I just don't want to leave anybody out. That's all. So if you would like a one last card pull, free, go ahead and talk. You know, let your hand emoji do that. There's also photographic memory. That's true. That's true. There is that. And sometimes I do. I think, yeah, sometimes some of my shit is like more photographic, but any of you ever remember some shit and then you're like, am I making this up? Did it really happen like that? Because it's like it almost feels like a dream, you know? Like you really don't know if it actually happened like that, or if like then there's sometimes where you know, like, because it's like literally like a film, like you were a camera in that moment and you recorded it. Yeah, use the hand emoji. Artistic app for time's sake, I'm gonna say, yeah, this emoji. Thank you, DJ. Deja vu. Yeah, so you know, those are all interesting things though. It's there's a cross because I know in a lot of ways that's involving the two different sides of your hemispheres, your minds, you know, two different sides of your mind. So just for this artistic app design, I'm gonna hit you off with this. 12 on here, and like I don't know how many are fucking actually it's free. Yeah, YouTube. It's free. Damn, I don't know what it is with this card. 5 of hearts. I guess a lot of you are in situations that are it's really time to reassess the situation. You know, we have this ingrained thing where we think that the more we do something, like, okay, if it ain't working, do it harder. Sometimes it's about how about changing and doing something totally different. Or, you know, what I'm seeing here for you, artistic app design, there's either, I'm gonna say it, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's coming to exactly pretty much the same. There's either like a situation that you were passionate about or like a person, but it seems like you are investing more than you're getting back, and it's affecting you. It's leaving you depleted as well. So what she's saying is, hey, you need to take a look around and see an honest, that's the key thing. I mean, what's the point of looking at your life if you can't do it from an honest, almost objective perspective as best as you can, you know, so you can make non-judgmental decisions of what you need to maybe alter or change from this point. YouTube, you'll be the last. Okay, you'll be the last, YouTube. Does that make sense to you though? Artistic app and design. Does that make sense to you? Something that may have served you or may have been an asset is now more of a liability now. Something is more of a liability now. That's what I'm seeing. So it happens. It's 3 a.m. here. Shout out, Felinda. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Thank you for sharing time with us. We appreciate you. You have a great night. I'm not sure. I just know it's either a situation, artistic app design, or it's a person. Who's this for? You too. YouTube, you have this 8 of hearts. You know what? The way that I'm gonna just tell it to you the way that it's coming through to me. Right? This feels like, and to me, it feels like it's to come. It's like right about to happen, or you're about to notice that. 8, my favorite number. Really? 8 is your favorite number? But this is like a change of heart, you know, but a change of heart in more of a, the change is like, I guess you could say, you don't, the change is more like you don't like it. Okay, so it's like, I had a change of heart. How? I had a change of heart to the positive or change of heart to more towards the negative. I feel like this is more towards the negative. Okay, this could this could be about, once again, a situation that you got, you know, like a job, or this is personal though. This has to do with the relationship. I feel, I really feel this has to do with the relationship and the way that you feel about that relationship, you know. But I'll say this, the 8 is a wonderful number because even when you go like this, it's still right side up. So there's a way, I don't know what the situation is, but I think she's telling me this. This is why, because some of you, a lot of us maybe, um, some things that were meant to be temporary, like let's say you go through like a little patch of clouds, right? Emotional clouds, right? Such as life. But sometimes we end up making it last a lot longer than it has to be. All right. So I think a big reason for me telling you this is if you notice your disposition or your emotions lately seem to be kind of more down or low, that you can become aware of that while it's happening and not kind of get into a funk. Because sometimes these things can, you know, something that maybe you know was last could only needed to last a few days or maybe even not could end up lasting, you know, carrying on for weeks and stuff. So I'm just telling you that because it's more of a, just like a heads up, I guess you could say. All right. I always give more than I give. Jesse May, good night. And with that, we are out of here. I gotta let my nuts live. All right. So thank you for joining me, and we will see you on the next broadcast. And don't forget to join if you are one of those ones who are called. Anyways, 7 years on one person. Wow. Well, then I don't know what's going on right now, but yeah. All right. So, anyways, I'm out of here. Might be back. There's a very slim chance in hell that I'll be back tomorrow, but I might be back Monday, depending. All right. So, see you then. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves and enjoy yourselves. Peace.